Welcome to your weekly La Jolla market update for detached homes with your La Jolla native realtor, artist, and daughter of an international architect, Tara Ravanbach with Lotzof and Associates at Compass. So this week, I'd actually like to start with the highlight home of the week. So let's go ahead and take a look. Our highlight home this week takes us to Upper Hermosa, La Jolla, where we have a brand new construction just listed for $17 million. But first, I'd like to show you the original home, which was demolished to create what's there today. So we have originally a 1985 build, 4-bed, 3.5 bath, just over 3,600 square feet on almost 3/4 of an acre lot at 0.73 acres. And this house was actually sold by one of my very dear friends, Stephanie Zalowski. She's an amazing agent, so shout out Steph. As you can tell, it's perched at the very top of the hill. So if you want to get to this property, you can take La Jolla Boulevard northbound. You make a right on Via del Norte, take Via del Norte up, and then you make a left on Waverly Ave, go all the way up to the top of the hill, and that is where this house is, straight shot. This house is at the end of the road, and the one house on each side, those three at the end of the road, are the ones with the gated entrances, and they're the ones with the largest lots in the immediate area. As you can see, the finishes, they haven't really been too done. Like, it's clearly beyond 1985. Like, the kitchen looks about early 2000s to me with those countertops and such. The flooring has been polished. It's original flooring as it seems, but it's been polished. We have smooth ceiling finishes with recessed lighting, stainless steel appliances. And so that house is demolished, and now they've created this big, beautiful home. So 7 beds in total, 8.5 baths, just over 8,500 square feet of space, listed at $17 million at $19.96 a square foot. So the first thing that I love about this house is, first, it's open concept, which we know a lot of buyers love. We have the flush inset design with that sub-zero fridge. Look at that. It just blends in seamlessly. We have a pocket sliding door, which is quite common nowadays. I actually see this in a lot of homes, and I don't blame them for putting this into the house because look at how expansive the views become. It's a very sleek design, allowing for more expansive views. And the house itself, so they have Venetian plaster walls, 9-inch European white oak floors. There's a 6-bedroom main house. There's a pool house, and then there's also a detached 1-bedroom guest house above the garage, complete with its own living room and kitchen. So another thing I'd like for you to take into account is, like, yes, the initial investment is 3.29, now listed at 17 mil. However, the land has appreciated since they purchased it back in 2020. So that's one thing. And the second thing is, like, this process doesn't happen overnight. Going through the coastal development process, the permitting process, hiring the architects, the engineers, going through the city, having the construction workers come out, dealing with construction. So you're essentially paying for that entire process that this seller had to go through just to get the finished product. All right. So this is our 3rd week of tracking, and the time frame we're looking at specifically is from February 2nd until February 8th. So this week we have had 6 price changes, but we have something different. Half of them were reductions, and then the other half were increases. The average reduction we have this week is $165,000, which is roughly 4.67% in reductions. The average new list price that we have, which is revised after these reductions, is just under 4.1 mil. The range we have in reductions is from $50,000 up to $250,000, so it's a little tighter this week than the weeks before. And then the percentage of the range is from 0.86 up to 7.24%. What's really interesting week by week is I've noticed a downward linear pattern or trend from these reductions. So if we're looking at what just the average reduction is week by week, that is going down in a linear downward pattern. So is the average revised list price, because the first week, the average revised list price was just over 8.7 mil for these reductions. Then the week after that, it was just under 6.5 mil. And then this week, it's just under 4.1 mil. So let's see how this trend continues. And also the median this week is 195,000. So that is moving down in a linear downward pattern. So the first week we had 400,000 median. Second week, 250,000 median. Third week is 195,000 median. We also had 3 price increases, actually, which are homes that had expired and came back on market within the last few months. And the average increase for them was 122,000, ranging from 25,000 up to 187,000. We had 14 new homes come on market, 8 of which are actually new, and then 6 of which came back on market. So whether they expired within the last few months or sooner, those ones came back on market. Out of all the new homes that became available, the most popular place this week is Soledad South, where we had 3 homes that became available on the same day. And then the most popular place for back on market homes this past week is in the Country Club at 3. So we have 7 homes that went pending this week, 2 of which did not have price reductions, the remainder did. And the most popular place for the most pending homes, or where the most homes went pending this week, is in the Village at 2. We have 4 homes that sold this last week. And also, I actually wanted to mention that before I started this entire thing, that there was actually the highest price sale in La Jolla, which is now $36.5 million, sold off market. Waterfront, Camino de la Costa, Lower Hermosa, La Jolla. Yes, sold for $36.5 million. I will not give the full address online. We can discuss that offline, but that is the new record-breaking price. Okay, so out of the 4 homes that sold this week, the most popular places in the Shores. Then we have Beach Barber Tract at 1, and then one is Soledad South. I wanted to highlight 2 of the homes. The first home I want to highlight is on Whale Watch Way. It just closed on February 5th, and in fact, it sold before it was processed. So fast sale. It sold for $10.2 million. And so this is like, if Upper La Jolla Shores, you're on Prestwick. If I'm on Prestwick and I'm looking at the water, and Whale Watch Way is directly straight. I'm going to keep going down Whale Watch Way because this one is along the water side. It's not through the alley. You're not going to go down the alley Whale Watch Way. You're going to go straight. And in fact, the house next to this one, you'll see it's being constructed. They're like reconstructing that house, okay? So this house, it sits on 0.46 acres, just over 20,000 square feet. The house is a fixer, expansive ocean views. Square footage is just under 3,700 square feet, and the house itself is a 4-bed plus 1 optional bedroom, 4.5 bath, okay? So this house just traded for $10.2 million at $27.66 a square foot. I don't know if you remember, but I discussed in my previous videos that there was another home that just traded in Upper La Jolla Shores as well. I didn't mention the street name last time, but it's on Prestwick, literally right up the street from this one. So that one also has, right, expansive ocean views. The lot size was quite comparable at 0.44 acres, just under 20,000 square feet, right? This house traded for 7.5 mil, 2427 square foot, expansive ocean views fixer, right? Just under 3,100 square feet. So what I'm saying is we have 2 fixers in Upper La Jolla Shores, one on Prestwick, one on Whale Watch Way. They both have similar expansive views, similar lot sizes between 0.44 to 0.46 acres, just under half of an acre. And they're trading between, let's say, the lower 2,400 to the mid 2,700 price per square foot. So that's what we have there. And then we have one that sold in Beach Barber Tract and then one in Soledad South. But I'd like to discuss the one in Beach Barber Tract because that one was a fast sale. So let's go ahead and take a look. Here we have 626 Gravia, just sold on February 4th with 0 days on market. Initially listed on the 2nd of February, went pending immediately the next day later on the 3rd, and then sold the day after that for $2.4 million at $15.17 a square foot. Initially listed at $2.495, this home sold for a 3.81% reduction. This home itself, family owned for decades, right on the east side of La Jolla Boulevard. If you're heading northbound, you just make a right, and it's really close to Starkey Mini Park on Draper, so a nice location, nice quiet location. Lot size is 0.14 acres. It's a single level 3x2 charmer, just under 1,600 square feet, built in 1942. Hardwood floors, large family room, and what else is noted is that they have lath and plaster walls instead of gypsum board, gypboard, which is drywall, which is more commonly used in modern days. So lath and plaster is the older method of wall construction, right? And what they would do is have the wooden laths layered with wet plaster, which would create thicker walls with excellent soundproofing and durability. Use of drywall or gypsum board is common practice today as it's more cost-effective, more efficient to install, and easier to repair. And that's what I have for this week. So thank you again. I'm Ravanbach with Lotzof and Associates at Compass. If you ever have any questions or need anything, I'm always here for you, 858-414-6310. And I'll see you next week at my next La Jolla Market Update.